Alright, welcome back to part 2. So this is being filmed directly after part 1. But you guys probably aren't going to get it till the following day. Because I'm probably not going to put it out till the following day. But we are picking right back up with RPM. All I have is Winford, Bradford, Rutherford. That's all I have. No next gen. No Cars 3 veteran. Just Winford. But yeah. So pretty much. The next gen, I know I can get. It's pretty cheap. It's like, what is it, like $10? So yeah, it's like the same price as a NASCAR Gold Series car. And the Cars 3 stock car, that's a little pricey. By little, I mean a lot. It's nowhere near the price of the 5. You know, like where the 5 is like $200, so rare, blah, blah. This Cars 3 stock car, which I don't have, goes for about, what is it, like 80, upwards of 80. So yeah. And then Steve Slick LePage. Actually, let me Google how much he is. So Steve Slick LePage, people are valuing him at roughly upwards of $180. So $200 for Lane Locke, $180 for Steve Slick, and then like $80 for this guy. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, like $80 for this guy. So not a fun time to be a collector. We got Carbon Cyber. This guy's apparently a little bit rare too. I'm gonna go price him, and I'm gonna go price the cars. I accidentally just paused the video before finishing my sentence. So yeah, I'm gonna go price him and the Cars 3 stock car, and I will get back to you with what they are. So for Bobby Rotesta, which is the Cars 3 stock car, which I am missing, I'm going to devalue him a little bit, okay? I'm going to devalue him because there's some person who wants to sell him for $350 on eBay. So to that person, you're probably not watching this, but if you are, I'm going to devalue you, okay? There are 2 other people selling it for under $100. Alright, so if you want anyone to buy a little Bobby Rotesta car, you best mark down the price from $300, because ain't no one buying it, bud. No one. You're going to be stuck with it. So yeah. One of them goes for like 98. The other goes for like 80 something. So yeah. Obviously not buying those. Those are way too expensive for one car. Next up, N2O Cola. So this is my collection so far of number 68, N2O Cola. Next gen, Cars 3 veteran, Cars 1 stock car, and pre-Cars 1 stock car. So yeah, kind of range in shade when it comes to purple, and then he just becomes predominantly green. But yeah. Oops, my bad. I'm gonna put you there. Put you there. Now, I got both Floyd Mobile Hills here. I can go ahead and get the next gen gas burn car. It's not too expensive. So I might go pick that up sometime. But yeah, that's how gas burn lines up there. Oh, this guy. So, rev and go. Colors 3. I don't know why. Apparently, most of these guys are just like rare. That kind of makes me a little mad, I guess. That these cars are like rare for no reason. Like, tell me, what actually is stopping Mattel from making this rare? What's stopping them? What's stopping them from making this rare, huh? Like, why them specifically, you know? Like, did they just kind of wake up and one day and go to their office job and say, hey, you know what? We should make these select characters have only one release and then never release them again. Whereas, like, every other Piston Cup racer either gets re-released from time to time or just becomes a peg warmer. Like, dude. Like, the next gen Steve Slick LePage, yeah, I can't get that because he was released in like 1 4-pack and never released again. Meanwhile, for like 3 years straight, walk into any Target, Walmart, or whatever, and you could not stop seeing this guy. I really should not be talking this much while sick. But anyway, that's the point I'm trying to make. What makes Mattel decide to make a character rare and then make him just a complete nuisance by warming the pegs with him? So, that's my only gripe with some of these cars. Here's a sidewall shine. Honestly, I really like this custom by me. Could use a little bit more black because it's literally just very bland with yellow, and it's like there's only black on the side rail, so could probably do a little bit more black. But the hood design, oh yes, amazing. Now here's my favorite number in the Piston Cup and my second favorite sponsor. So we have, let's move them this way. Pre-Cars 1 Vinyl Toupe Racer, Crusty Rotor, got the Cars 3 Veteran and the Cars 3 Next Gen here. Now this one, I bought this one while I wait for the real one to come in. Just like the 00 and just like the 36, this isn't the legitimate version, of course, once again, you know, made by Mattel, but this is the glow-in-the-dark racer. So, yeah, make of that what you want. I was waiting for the real one to come in. Here we go, we got Retread. All-in gas with a nice lavender color. Completely amazing. And then we got this disgrace. This disgrace looks more blue than anything. And I don't like it. And what is even this? Is this guy trying to be a Ryan Inside Laney wannabe? Like, dude. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know. I collect them. Just because I need to have them. Gasket's amazing. Not really much I can say there. Wish they kept the cookie on this car. This one again, blue. Here is Darren Leadfoot and the next gen. Not really sure what was up with this design here. I like this one a lot more. This is probably my favorite out of the three here, next gen design. Apple Racer. There we go. Not gonna lie, I see everywhere that there are factory customs of this guy, and I understand that. People want to have him, right? Because he was only released in the Motor Speedway of the South set. So my question is, if people are going to make factory customs of him, and I'm talking, when I say factory customs, I mean like I'm talking like actual factory customs. Like there are places in China that make all these cars, and they just make fakes of them, right? Like, how are you going to do this guy? And you're not going to do the rest of the Apple line? How are you not going to do a lane lock? How are you not going to do a Steve Slick LePage? Like, think about it for a second. If these factories in China actually did, like, you know, if they actually did lane lock, or if they actually did Steve Slick LePage, or if they did Bruce Miller, which is this Cars 3 guy, if they did Bobby Rotesta, or the Rev and Go Racer, or heck, if they did the 48, what is it, TG Castle Nut, the 48 stock car, if they did all of those guys that are so hard to find and hard to get and so expensive, think about how much money that these Chinese factories would be making if they just made a simple car that's already out there, right? That's what they did with this. Took a car that was already out there and they replicated it, you know? Like, I can really go to eBay right now or some other site, and I guarantee you I can find a factory custom of this, right? Like, so what's stopping you from doing it to these cars that cost hundreds of dollars? And they'd make money. Like, maybe you don't charge as much for them, but, you know, maybe if you charge $10 for them, that's like a lot of money that people are going to be willing to spend, hands down. Like, I could tell you right now, my experience, all the cars I just listed, Lane Lock, the 5, you know, Steve Slick LePage, the 34, Bruce Miller, the 64, and Bobby Rotesta, the 67, you know, the Rev and Go Racer, 73. If I could get my hands on those of a factory custom, hands down, I'm buying every single one of them. I don't care if they're $8 like the rest of them. I don't care if they're $10. I'm buying them. Right? You know, like, right there. If these factories want to make money, don't release these cars. Useless. I can go to Target and buy that. Release cars that are rare and in demand. And also, try to do them as perfectly as possible. Because sometimes I buy factory customs for like actual customs, and then when they come in, it's like, oh dang, that logo is upside down. Oh dang, that this car is missing a logo, and like all that stuff. Like, try to minimize mistakes and try to maximize profit by making cars that are hundreds of dollars, right? That's business, because what they're doing is already illegal. Yeah? So, if you're gonna do stuff illegally, you might as well go big or go home. And I guess that these Chinese factories just want to go home. Well, anyway, that's my rant on that. And this is my custom of the 48. I don't think I did half bad. But yeah, Davey Apex / Dave alternators. The other two. Just like, wow. Here we go. Like I was saying earlier, Dynaco, I'm missing the King. But I got the rest here. Including Chick Hicks, which you're going to see a lot of in the Cars series. For Hostile Takeover Bank, we got Chick Hicks in the 86 and the 88. Honestly, originally I was going to do 81, but then I decided to do 86. I don't know why. But yeah. So, over here, Ponchi, Wipeout, Paul Conrev. Not really much to say here. I kind of used up everything on the rant about how stupid Mattel is for not re-releasing those cars that people would clearly buy, and how stupid those Chinese factories are for not making customs, exploiting people who want those cars. Because again, you know, by the way, this is Sputter Stop, but again, for the people who want those cars and they can't get them, because, you know, like, the average lane lock is like $200, and, you know, the average G flip the page is like 180, and, you know, all that stuff. Customs, man, customs, I tell ya. Here we go, Spearmint. And actually, this Spearmint car right here is, he has the bad wheels, the very tiny ones, the not real wheels, because... So what I did was, obviously in the other episode where I was going through all the cars, I showed you that they didn't have rims, right? And it was the same thing with leakless until I actually got a new leakless. Same thing with Billy Oil Changer until I got a new one. And I also got a new Vitaline car, 61. I got a new one of that. So, I was looking for Spearmint, and I was looking for Trunk Fresh. And I couldn't find either of them. And so, I bought factory customs because they were a lot cheaper than the regular ones. A regular one of him at the time was like $30. And an average one of Dirksen at the time, which is the 34, was like 40. But yeah, so I wasn't buying that, you know. That was a lot. So I decided to, you know, try my hand with factory customs. I learned my lesson. The factory custom of him came with an upside down decal. Factory custom of Dirksen had like a misprint beneath the headlight. So I returned them. And I found a real version of him, so I'm going to buy that. Don't know what I'm going to do about Dirksen. Worst case scenario, I just buy a factory custom from another website. If it comes in good, then great. If it comes in bad, well, then I'll just... I don't know, I'll either stick with it depending on how bad it is, or if it's too bad, then I'll just send it back and I'll keep the Dirksen that I have with all the chips in it. But yeah, so what I might do is if I order the authentic version of him and it comes in, take this and I'll turn it into another one of these. Oh, great. So this is Lightning McQueen, Cars 1. Lightning McQueen, Cars 3. And Cruiser Maris, Cars 3. Oh. So, honestly, I must say, between these three, my favorite definitely has to be Lightning McQueen, Cars 3. Whew. I keep pausing the video because I keep sneezing. So yeah. Great Candyman, Taco Man. Gotta make some customs of him. Because surprisingly, there was no next gen made of him. They could have done anything. But they did Kyle Busch for HTB. Now, back when they first started saying Kyle Busch was coming out and all that, I thought they were going to do this. I thought they were going to do him with Taco Man. Because, you know, you used to have that M&M sponsorship. But no. That was wrong. So, here we got Ralph Garlo, and the next gen one, whatever his name is. Now, I love how they go from dark blue to light blue, right back to dark blue. There's really nothing to say. And I'm sorry if, like, you guys want me to actually review these guys. That's not really what this is about. This is more so just showing off my collection. So, Kevin Shiftright, Dino Drafsky, and I don't know what your name is. This is Clutch Aid. And then, last but not least, we have No Stall. So we have Cars 1 Todd Marcus, Cars 2 Todd Marcus, and this guy. Looks like, out of all of them, my favorite has to be the next gen version. It looks so clean, dude. Absolutely clean, man. Absolutely clean. Well, that's my collection. I'm always looking to expand. I'm on the hunt for die-casts. There were a good few in here that I didn't have, that I know I can get. I may reach out, see if I can get in contact with Jim Scavenger. I saw a picture he was making the Cars 3 stock car, Apple Racer, and he was making JP Drive, which is the Apple Next Gen. So I may see if I can get in touch with him, ask him if he's willing to make them, for what price, and if he's willing to make them for the right price that we can both agree on. I'm gonna order me those two, get those in my collection, and then when it comes down to the Rev and Go Racer or Bobby Rotesta, the 67, you know, when it comes down to Bruce Miller, the 64, when it comes down to Steve Slick LePage, the 34, or when it comes down to Lane Locke, I'm going to turn those to you guys. If you guys know where I can go about getting them cheap, then let me know. If you guys know any websites that are maybe selling them for cheap that I haven't found out about, just let me know down in the comments. Hey, there's this website selling that car for this amount. Go check it out. And then, yeah, I don't think YouTube comments allow links, but just like tell me the name of the website and I'll go punch it in. Or maybe I get lucky. Someone down there has one of those cars, and they're willing to sell it. So if anyone down there has one of the cars, and is willing to sell it, just let me know down in the comments. We could probably try to work something out. But yeah, before I make any confirmation of sale, I would like to kind of just have said person show a video with the car, to confirm that it's like actually theirs and they didn't just pull it off Google, and as well as to just kind of walk me through what the car looks like and any scratches it may have on it. But yeah, so like I said, if anyone has one of those cars that they're willing to sell, let me know. We could probably work something out. If you know any websites that sell those specific cars, again, let me know. We can work something out. And right now, before the video ends, I am going to go ahead and put the cars that I am looking for up on screen right now.